Smith and MacArthur make some time for Cowboy Boy.
Do you like my haircut? You didn't say anything about my haircut.
I didn't notice you get a haircut.
You don't notice.
Welcome to Cowboy Boys Podcast, episode 204.
204, the big episode. Everyone goes 200 is a big deal. No. 204 for the representation of this country being 204 years old.
Is it really?
God bless America. I have no idea. 1976, 2000, whatever.
If I have to guess,
1776.
if I had to guess off the top of our head, I think America is 1776. Let's see. Yeah,
That's doing math. That's not.
Oh
that's
yeah.
top
Top of my head, I was gonna say 300, 325 years old.
All right.
Because I remember there was a, I don't know, what is a bicentennial?
Bicentennial means
you go both ways.
Yeah. Does bicentennial mean every other 100 years or 50 years?
It probably means two.
Two centennial, so every 200 years.
Yeah, bi means two, which is why when someone's like, I'm bisexual, I'm like, I get it.
I get what you're putting down.
With me is Diego Lopez.
What's up?
Shayne cannot be here because he is getting a haircut currently.
Yeah, that's why.
Diego is asking me about his haircut.
I got a haircut today. I didn't bring my wallet. I forgot.
You didn't bring your...
Because I went to the gym. I had 2 sessions.
Okay. So you got a haircut after the gym.
Yeah, I didn't plan on it.
Have you ever, whenever you're training and rolling on the jiu-jitsu gym, for anyone who doesn't know, Diego is a black belt martial artist.
Black belt in jiu-jitsu, baby. Oos.
Well, and what belt are you in capoeira?
I'm
a purple/yellow/pink belt.
Yeah. I'm a friendship braided.
A plaid sparkle, and you are a boxer. Has anyone ever... gotten a haircut and then came and rolled and they just got hair everywhere?
Oh, I've done that.
Because part of the things that I hate haircuts is I feel like I need to go to the haircut with a clean head. I have to shampoo within 12 hours before going to a haircut.
Okay.
I don't want the hairdresser to grab all my greasy hair. Even if it's not greasy, but it's just it's as a courtesy.
It's life. Yeah.
I want to shampoo my hair, make it as clean as possible, and then I get a haircut. And then immediately after the haircut, I'm like, I got to shower again to get all the hair fuzzes, all the hair.
Yeah. You need to get one of those air pressure. Pss, pss, and you just go pss, pss, pss,
at the machine shop.
Machine shop.
They tell you.
Oh, sorry.
Because you have little air guns, and people who've never worked people who don't have any calluses on their hands are like, those are dangerous. You're not supposed to blow it into your mouth. I mean, I guess someone died somewhere. They got
some
blood.
Idiot.
But it's like, I would always be blowing my face, blowing it into my mouth, blowing my hair on a hot day.
Oof, yeah.
It's the best feeling where you just use compressed air and blow compressed air on your face. And cleaning a shop is a lot easier with just compressed air blowing off a table.
We use one of the best things we've ever did for the gym is get a leaf blower, because we used to have
an electric one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a gas.
We used to just sweep the mats and then mop the mats, and it'd take a good half hour.
You should get a Roomba.
Yeah.
Constantly
cleaning the mats.
Rolling. It's don't bother the robot.
The Roomba alone. But we got a leaf blower that saves so much time. No. I just blow all the dust. People have no idea how much hair comes off of a human body and skin falls.
I'm very conscious.
It's disgusting after one session.
Do you feel a natural, when you have a leaf blower in your hand, do you feel like this makes sense?
Yeah. Everything is right with the world. When I'm holding a leaf blower and I'm yelling over my shoulder at my wife.
You have you have one of those one of the bucket hats, but then a t-shirt, and we're wearing orange or bright green for some reason.
Orange and bright green. I got a half empty beer, and everything is right.
Have you ever mowed a lawn?
Have I ever mowed a lawn?
You lived in Florida. I don't know if Florida's had lawns, and then
mowed a lawn. Not a lot. Not like we never owned. We had one house, like a proper house, but it had a very little lawn area. We didn't have a front yard. We had a backyard that overlooked a little man-made lake.
Yeah.
It was very small.
Dude, I love I mowed lawns as a what are they called? I don't even know.
Teenager?
No, as an adult.
Oh, okay.
As a job, as a career. Landscaping.
You're a landscape artist.
I was a landscaper, and I still think to this day, best job I've ever had.
Really?
8 hours a day. You're outside, soaking in the sun, listening to music, podcasts.
I bet.
the work is physical but not hard. Not like mentally. So you're just enjoying it the whole time, and then it's seasonal, so it sucks because then
it really goes away.
But if you're depressed, go mow lawns.
That's pretty good. Honestly, yeah, man. Like it's the thing where like I am of two minds. Where like I'm not saying depression isn't real. I believe that therapy and medicine goes a long way, but I think you could shorten that way by first making sure you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're getting sunlight, you're getting exercise. I feel like that can do some help. And then if you still need more, kill yourself. But I'm definitely not one of those like exercise people that are like, all you need is some fucking vitamin iron, bitch. And it's like, not that kind of guy. That's not who I am.
All you need is to mow a lawn.
All you need is to mow. Yeah, touch grass. How about you cut some grass?
Cut some grass, you damn liberal. Fucking learn to mow.
Absolutely. Get a trimmer and fucking clean up those hedges.
It is, I have switched from normal deodorant back to aluminum.
Oh, have you?
Antiperspirant.
I haven't worn antiperspirant in years.
Why?
It makes my armpits itchy.
You get itchy. Because it stains your t-shirts.
Yeah, it stains your clothes, yeah.
But I went back to antiperspirant. And I'm like, it's so worth it.
Really?
Just like, give me Alzheimer's and the stained pits, and I'm sitting here right now, barely sweaty.
Well, I mean, your armpits aren't sweating, but your back is still sweating.
Yeah, my back's always.
Your back and your butt.
Oh, my back is always wet.
My back is always
spick.
wet. I'm Hispanic. Yeah.
You fucking. What? I don't even know all the other Hispanic slurs.
Beaner and spick are the biggest ones I can think of.
Did you ever get called those?
No.
No one even.
The only slur I got was in 6th grade. A lot of kids were calling me Elian Gonzalez, which I was like, thank you so much for accepting that I'm Hispanic. But I was literally the only non-black kid in the school. Everyone was black.
You went to an all-black school.
All black. All the teachers were black. We had one Korean teacher and me. We were the only not black people in the entire building.
Did the Korean teacher?
She was a bitch. That poor woman.
Was she mean to? She was mean to all the black
Everyone,
students.
Yes.
She was nice to you for some
like,
reason.
Please don't be nice to me. It makes it look. They're gonna hate me so much more. Yeah, but I never got called No, I don't. Because
you got called the N-word a lot.
I get called the N-word a lot. The white N-word they say a lot. I remember one time, they would say white N-word.
Oh, they wouldn't shorten it down?
Yeah, no, they say white N-word. I remember one time I was in, do you know what internal suspension is?
Is it detention?
Yeah, it's like detention, but it's during the entire day. Like detention is after school. Internal suspension is you're suspended, but you have to come to school. Because too many people enjoy suspension because you get to stay home.
Are you talking about summer school?
No, it was normal.
So you didn't get to go to class.
No.
You had to go to
a class that was empty with nothing in it, basically, and just other kids.
Yeah, I went to that a few times. But it's like, I had a math teacher who, if you were late, he would make you
take your shirt off.
Make you take your shirt off. I'd be crying and doing math problems, and he'd be like, good. Not a math teacher. I would show up till late every day, and he'd send me to in-school suspension, ISS. And then 5 minutes later, he'd be like, I can't. You're not going to learn the math if you're in here. So he came and pulled me out. It was very funny.
He's like, never mind, bail. I bail.
So it was just like, what is the point? It is stupid.
Yeah.
So anyways, you were in suspension.
I was in suspension.
You were suspended.
And I think because it was almost like a prison feel where hey, we're all in this together. They stopped hating me for a day, and a lot of the kids were asking me questions about what it's like to be white. And one of the kids was like, hey, is your poop white? And I go, I'm sorry, what?
That's a fair question.
Yeah, I guess. He's like, your poop, because we're brown. I'm black. Poop's brown.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. Did your poop come out white? And I go, no.
Is it an elementary school?
It was middle. I think it was in 7th grade.
I think you figured it out by this was pre-internet though.
Yeah.
The internet
existed, but no one had. No, people had
only
it.
I had it.
Only you had it. And then one kid's like, I bet my dick is bigger than yours. I'm like, yeah, I bet it is too. That's not a question. Motherfucker.
Did you grow up when you're in high school, you're so worried about how small your dick is.
Yeah.
It sucks.
All you think about.
It's so small compared to everything you see. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, no.
We had an illegal satellite allegedly, and I would watch the Playboy channel.
Illegal satellite.
Yeah. And even then I love podcasting because there's a show where these two women just took phone calls and talked. It's basically a podcast, a horny podcast. And they're getting a bunch of phone calls and they're like, it's a couple's calling. And she's like, one of the persons on the phone, she's like, I'm jacking my husband off. And they're like, how big is his dick? And it's like, everyone said 9 inches. And I'm like, I guess 9 inches is the fucking standard. Really fucked with my head for a long time.
And then you realize.
The standard is different.
What do you mean?
It's not 9 inches. Not average guy.
Oh,
is
you
9
mean
inches.
it's not? I think you meant it's different like everywhere.
I mean, I've seen some charts, but I don't.
I think those are all propaganda. I don't believe any of those charts.
You think everyone has the same? What do you think? Average is the same?
I think
it's all pretty close.
You know what? I think everyone has a tiny to medium penis, and there are a few outliers.
And that's where all the pictures are online. It's those 6 guys.
anyone whose penis we've seen, they are an outlier.
They're an outlier.
Anyone who has a 4-inch cock or bigger, we know about it. Because it's like, yeah, of course, look at it.
Oh, it's Big Cock John. He's got 4.5 inches.
Yeah, I don't know.
What a monster.
I don't believe any of the propaganda.
Yeah.
When I think it's that's,
you don't believe any propaganda. I love that.
I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
Unless I came up with it in my head.
Ooh, okay.
Because
unless it came from the root of Mac.
Mm-hmm, straight from God.
Straight from God's
into
lips
my brain
to Mac's mind.
And then that's the only thing I trust. That's where I get all my news.
Okay.
That's where I get my politics.
Yeah. That's where you get the horoscope. You get it from God.
From my dreams. He's like, you're gonna have another bad day. I'm like, shit.
God damn it.
Not again.
We could
just
call
give me
these,
one.
You know that the terrible McDonald's movie they made with the little alien, the little ET version?
Mac and Me.
That's what this podcast is.
No, this is Latino Heat.
Latino Heat with Mac and Me.
Someone said they'd pay another $5 for a Patreon version of this.
Great, I'll take your money.
I'm not gonna.
I need more than one person, obviously, to do it.
Oh,
I'm not doing an hour podcast for $2.50.
Well, it's funny, like how even podcasting is just like another one extra hour of work a week, and I'm thinking like how humans are really. It was making me think about how. It was making me sympathetic to millionaires.
Okay.
And you know how like trust fund kids are always just like, my life's not so easy. And I'm like, it probably isn't, because I feel like humans are like water. We fill the container of pain, and we're just meant to feel pain no matter how good the situation is.
Absolutely.
And so if like you're a millionaire, you will find something to be miserable about, and unless the misery is, I think this is what the study where it comes to like people who's are just getting eaten by tigers every day, and they're like, this was actually the study. Depression goes down in like war-torn countries.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you're like, oh, I'm sad. Oh, of course I'm sad. My country's being devastated and everything. There's no economy and everything's bad, and I feel like all the men are dying and like blah blah, blah and like. But when everything's going good, humans, I feel like, still just are like, why don't I feel good? Everything's good. So then you create this internal. I don't know. I didn't think that far into it, but it's very funny how like humans are just like humans in our place in the universe is to be miserable and to spread that misery over the universe.
Spread misery.
We're going to kill every alien.
Make the earth hotter. That's our job. I mean, I was literally talking about this today with one of my clients who is a pretty successful actor.
Oh.
And we're talking about how he's
successful? A-list?
He's not A-list, but he was on the biggest show in the country.
Deal or No Deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because I was like, when you said that, I'm like, all right, say the funniest TV show. And then in my brain, the like joke programming is like, Mac, you don't watch TV. You don't know. And so I'm just going through the years of like, when was the last time I watched a TV show?
What do idiots watch? But we're talking about how like the most successful people you meet aren't happy. Like the wealthiest person I know isn't happy. There's no that correlation isn't built that way, where like the human mind is so good at taking whatever you used to dream about having, and once you have it, it becomes your normalcy, and that now becomes a punishment almost. Like it's just everything hurts you. So
yes.
I don't think it's a very healthy to make the
It's not
assumption.
healthy to be human.
Not only we should all
To have a brain,
to
have the burden of consciousness.
attach the idea of I'm going to be happy when I achieve X, Y, and Z.
Oh,
I think happiness comes from progress, not from achievements.
I don't have that.
You're not like anyone else, so you
But-
got to stop making these.
I have that because there's that thing where people. I think people get micro like dopamine thing for finishing tasks, and I don't. I get a little dopamine hit every time I put off a task. I'm like, ooh, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna ignore it and forget about it.
Yeah,
and I get a little, ooh, it feels good.
Ooh, that's nice. I'm not supposed to be doing
And then when I
that.
finish a task, I feel sad because I'm like, now I can't push it off anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
It stinks.
Yeah, we got to give you some tasks that you don't know this, but I know I don't need you to do.
Oh, so
'Cause
they
if you
feel
know-
important?
Yeah.
No, that's not. But also, that's the paradox because if it's something for like my friends, they can rely on me 100%, and I will.
Yeah.
I will perform for them.
Sure.
If it's from myself or a stranger, it'll never get done because I don't
Right.
care about that. But what are you gonna do? So, the only solution is to cross the wires in your brain and fall in love with misery and become a masochist.
Yeah, masochists really seem to have it down.
I'm so jealous of people who get off on that.
Must be
It's
nice.
just like, ooh, hit me. Oh, I'm coming.
There's so many.
I was like, damn it. Why is that?
They go out to clubs and try to get in fights so they can come.
That seems nice. Seems very. You remember? All my questions are always jujitsu questions for you.
I love talking about jujitsu.
Do you ever have any sick freaks come in and like the New York rug guy? For anyone who doesn't know, what's his name? He doesn't like a name.
I don't know who you're talking
The
about.
guy who rolls himself up in a
Oh,
rug.
I only know them through you, really.
What? I didn't know about him until I moved here. And you've been here longer than me. But for anyone who doesn't know, there's a guy, and everyone knows him.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who lives and is like aware of the city. There's a lot of people who are in New York who are oblivious,
Right.
and they're the victims of this man. There's a guy. Google it. Try and find his name real
I'm
quick.
trying to find it.
There's a guy in New York City. He goes to like popular concerts, wherever the concert is, comedy clubs, whatever event. He rolls himself into a rug, mobster style, like he's gonna throw himself into the river.
Yeah.
And he lays across pathways, and he gets off on people walking on him, just walking. What?
Giorgio, the human carpet.
Giorgio,
for immigrant from who calls
the
himself.
human carpet,
Let me see if this is the right thing.
and I really.
Oh wait, no, wait.
I really hate when people you force other people.
That guy?
Kevin the carpet? I don't know. He's on TikTok and stuff. You'll see videos.
Does not get off on getting stepped on.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, okay.
I hate when people force their fetishes onto other like unsuspecting people. Like what would that be?
I'm gonna read the first paragraph.
Oh, okay.
This is from The Cut.
What's the cut?
It's a online publication. Unbeknownst to me, I first encountered Kevin Carpet at Basement, an anything goes Bahrainianish Berghain? What word is that?
Berghain? I don't know.
what
I've
that
never
is.
seen that word before.
Berghain club in Maspeth, Queens. There's a dusty old carpet placed directly in front of the bar, which it turns out was his cocoon for the evening. When I realized I'd step on a person, not an obstacle, I didn't quite know how to feel about it. But thinking about it definitely killed my high. I'll admit, even sometimes in public, to a number of personal pervasions, I'm not one to yuck people's yums. But did I really want to step on a middle-aged gentleman wrapped in a rug? I certainly hadn't asked to. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's Kevin the carpet. He
Kevin the
shows up to like fetish clubs, and people are like, "What are we stepping on?" And like, "Oh, it's a guy in a carpet right
a
now."
guy in a
And it's
carpet.
like, what the fuck? And so he has crossed his wires, and
Yeah.
he's turned his misery into pleasure, and he's laughing all the way to hell, and I'm going to be miserable in heaven.
Yeah, because the idea that he doesn't get off on it is worse, actually. And it's like, then what are you doing?
He wouldn't. He wouldn't have been like,
What's happening then? I understand doing something like I can comprehend the idea of doing something weird for sexual pleasure, But doing something weird for no actual, it's like this. Fuck, we should kill you.
Yeah, that's so.
I don't like that you're doing it for pleasure. I'm just saying it makes more sense. There's an end point necessarily.
No, I think he should be institutionalized.
Yeah, we should hit him with a stick.
I think he is. I think he should be beaten severely. He's gonna like it a lot at first,
right?
But then he's gonna get to a point where he's like, "Okay, you need to stop." I was like, "Nah."
Oh no, I'm not now.
And I think he needs to. I think someone should arrest him or stop him because it's like unsuspecting like people.
Yeah.
Will step on him, and some of those people are kids. Some of those people are.
You never know.
I would say 100% of the people are unconsenting,
Sure.
non-consenting people. You're like, what the fuck? I just stepped on a guy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, arrest Kevin the Carpet.
Yeah, man.
Just
If you
shoot
see
him,
him in the streets,
kick him.
fucking cannonball into him.
He might like that. That's the
It's a tough. You got to go more than just stepping.
We should go find him and just stand next to him.
Be like, please step on me.
He's just like, nah. I'll have like big. Get like a girl with a big giant like pointy boots, golf boots, and we just stand next to him, doing nothing, just watching him. But anyways, do you ever get sick freaks? Like, can you tell if someone's like into dominatrixes or like into the pain when they wander into jiu-jitsu?
Not really. There's one guy who like really like. It's like when you choke someone. If they're any good, there's like a moment there where like they process like, do I have a chance to fight to get out? Because when a choke is applied to you, you have like a 6 to 5 second window before you pass out.
I think I could do 8.
Huh?
I could do 8.
I bet you can't.
I got a big head.
So easier to choke you.
More blood, oxygen reserves up there.
Okay. Well,
what do you mean easier? Is that a thing?
Choking people with really small necks is actually kind of hard.
Oh,
I like fuck it. Let me get the angle.
What is my neck?
It looks not very chokeable neck.
I have a normal neck. I feel like, but a big head,
big fat head. Yeah.
So skinnier. So it's because it's harder to get around a little tiny lady's head.
Sure. Yeah.
A nice Jewish lady.
Anyway,
Jewish women with tiny heads and big tits.
Big tits.
Ooh, one of my favorite. I'd love one of them to step on me.
So anyone who's good, they will when they're in a choke. You can feel them processing, like, do I have a chance to fight to get out of this? Because if you, what's the word? Like, if you clear the position enough, is that bad? I'll plug it in.
Yeah, sorry.
If you clear the position enough,
what does clear the position?
Like, get out of the position to the point where the person has to like adjust. Like, if you're any good and someone's leaving the position, like they're getting out of your guard or getting out of your mount, whatever. You will let go of the submission so you can keep the position. So your focus stays on maintaining dominant position. People who are not good and they have a submission and they're starting to lose the position will like clamp down even harder on the submission and then they lose the position, which also means you lose the submission. Anyway, I have had one person where I'm like, man, you're really making me choke you out. Like they didn't go out, but you really used to like need me to get you to like the fucking like edge of passing out before you tap.
They're not tapping. They're not.
No, I'm like, all right, man, fucking hammer down.
They're getting a little hard.
They're not getting hard, but it's just like, this is weird how much you need me to like really choke you.
Like they just refused.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Huh. And did you say anything?
No.
You just kept choking them out?
Yeah.
Dude, they got you. They're probably still. You're in the spank bank.
I'm in the spank bank, whatever.
Diego's so good at choking me out.
Yeah, bitch,
big,
you got it.
Big strong arms. Oh man.
Yeah, there's some freaks, but not that many that I can notice, at least in jiu-jitsu.
And you don't care if you don't notice.
If I don't notice, I don't care because
you're getting paid.
I'm getting paid.
You're whatever.
You're coming to my place of business and you're supporting the place of business. So, yeah, as long as you don't say anything weird, I guess. I don't know. As long as no one can tell. As long as no one can tell, no one feels disrespected or creeped on or
Have you ever had to ask someone to leave? Were they being creepy?
No.
It's just like I can only wrestle girls. It's I'm extremely
that'd be a huge.
I'm extremely homophobic.
Like that's okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't. I'm for religious purposes.
Religious purposes, I can only roll with women. I'm like, what religion is this?
Jewish? No, Jewish. They can't.
They can't touch women.
They can't touch women. Amish? What's a religion where I can only... We need to start that.
Weird cult. Yeah.
I can't touch a guy.
Hey, I'm not touching fucking guys. What are you, crazy?
Anyways. Yeah, fighting. So I like it. I like a good fight.
I love a good fight. We watched some good fights on Saturday.
We did.
When you watch fights with me,
Yeah.
other than looking at your phone, what do you like out of it? What do you gain? What do you see? What do you recognize? Are there any patterns or any kind of like lessons you're learning?
No.
Okay.
I don't. That's why when I still don't know what guard is.
Okay.
I don't know when you're like saying combinations or stuff. Like I don't know. I know when I'm watching UFC fights, I am either recognizing like there's people I'm like, oh, I recognize that guy. And I like to like follow the like story of like someone who's good, like this is a good fighter. I kind of know what some fighters are known for.
Yes.
Obviously, the Diaz brothers, like their cardio, their endurance, how their style of fighting up. So when it comes to, I've never been a sports guy from childhood. I never got sports. It's not my thing. I'm not anti-sports.
No, I understand.
Like I love going to a basketball game. I love going to a thing. To an event is so fun. You're hanging out with your friends. You're watching your team. You're getting into it. When we went to the Devils, it was I was like, I'm a Devils fan.
Hell yeah!
Except for when it's funnier to be the opposite.
Sure. Yeah.
But for fighting's like actually just like a fun. It's fun to watch for me. Good. I like watching that. So I don't get anything technical from it, but I do like. Sometimes I'll see someone. Some of my favorite fighters. I'm really bad with names.
You like Nate Diaz?
He's the.
Do you like Masvidal?
No.
Do you like Connor?
I love Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns, yeah.
Gilbert Burns
because of the Fortnite dance.
No, I liked him before.
Okay.
There's just and I think you know what it is, where there's like a style of fighter where they're 100% like themselves. They're truthful. They're not. I don't really like Connor because he's kind of he's doing like he's become he's become too much himself. He's become an act.
Too much of his act.
So I like fighters who are them, unapologetically them.
Yeah.
I hate John Jones more than any other fighter because I think he's lying.
Yeah.
I think he's a phony. I don't think he actually likes Jesus.
Yeah. Do you like DC?
I love DC.
Got it.
I love Daniel Cormier because I hate John Jones.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of fighters who I just like follow. I love Uriah Faber. I love like a lot of old classic guys. So it is like I don't know.
I wonder, because I would like to show you some fighters that I believe, like the era we're in now is now athletes who fight.
Yeah, it's not really characters.
The era like 2 generations ago were they fought because they were insane people and this is the only thing that made sense, like plausible as a career. Like weirdo fighters don't really exist that much anymore.
Yeah.
Like Mayhem Miller's like the last weirdo fighter.
You don't have like the Cowboys, Cerrone's, or the George St. Pierre's.
But
like weird genetic freaks.
But like
and then
Brian Ebersol, I think is one of the prime examples of a weirdo fighter. Where like Brian Ebersol, he fought in the UFC towards the end of his career. He was a guy who would fight at any weight class, anywhere, at any time. He had like a ton of fights, and he also used to do this thing where he would shave an arrow on his chest pointing up to his face, which was like,
sucks.
It was like apparently like an anime thing, but he's like a punch here kind of thing. But he was one of those guys who just fought everyone. Ebersol, Brian Ebersol, and he's just like one of those guys who's like, if you knew fighting, you knew him. Oh, let me load this one. Yeah, I wonder if you'd like him because he's like when he talks, you're like, oh, you're interesting. Yeah, look at that, it's hilarious. He really shaves it.
So I think what I like about fighting is I can't think of another 1 versus 1 sport. I don't care for team sports.
Sure.
It is again, it's not that I don't hate them. It's just I don't care about I guess I don't care about a team because it's that team changes. Yeah. And that team, so growing up I watched a bunch of Utah Jazz, watched them get to the playoffs 2 years in a row, watched Michael Jordan rob them 2 years in a row.
Unbelievable.
And so when it comes to like basketball and like certain sports, I do like individuals in sports who can excel.
Yes.
I like an individual that is just like that. That's a guy. That's fun to watch. That person, like, even in the team thing, be their own like unique individual. But I can't even think of like a 1 versus 1 sport where it would be like tennis.
Tennis.
That's
okay.
That's not really a sport.
I mean, it is.
It takes a lot of athleticism, but no one's watching that shit.
A lot of people watch it.
Boring.
I don't love tennis.
Stinks.
I find it, I find anything that's not fighting or hockey a little bit boring. Baseball in person is fun.
No, anything in person.
Yeah.
Tennis would be great in person. Golf would be awesome in person.
Okay.
Pool would be amazing. Anything in person is so fun.
Fair point.
Ping pong. All the what are some of the bullshit Olympics?
Shuttlecock, whatever that thing is called.
That's fun. I played shuttlecock. I was really good. Equestrian, whatever.
Yeah.
Everything. An event is
Cornhole
fun.
would be fun.
Cornhole stinks. I bet it would be so fun, like in the stands.
All the success that cornhole got during the pandemic, I wish would have gone to Can Jam, because Can Jam is so much more fun. Can Jam is a game where it's very simple.
I already hate Can Jam.
Sure. It's
Can Jam and cornhole occupy that, like when you see a bunch of office dorks doing the trampoline slam
the trampoline
ball.
one sucks. Slam ball.
Is that what it's called? Slam ball?
I think so. Can Jam is fun where it's the same thing where it's like your teammates across from you, and there's a thing here, and you throw something. So the thing here, almost think of it like half a garbage can, like a cylinder, okay, with an open top. There's a slot, like a male slot, on the front end of it, okay,
as opposed to a female slot.
Yep, and the far end has the same thing, and it's your teammate, and then the opposing team and the opposing team. There's a frisbee, and you throw the frisbee. Now, you can hit the can. That's a point. Your teammate can redirect the frisbee to go inside of the can from the top. That's 2 points.
This sucks.
It doesn't. It's very fun.
No, it doesn't.
I'm telling you, it's fun. Why would I lie? And you
played this.
Yeah,
You've had fun playing.
I've had a lot of fun playing this.
Was it the individuals that you were having fun, or would you have fun playing this with strangers?
I would have fun playing with strangers, but I have a lot more fun playing with my friends.
See, I think who you're with does a lot of the heavy lifting of these shitty sports.
Or you can throw it, and if it goes into the slot, that's an automatic win. It's a good time.
This is the dumbest.
It's a good time.
I hate these. I'm the guy at the picnic where they're like, "Come on, play."
You just keep reloading and unloading a gun. That's all you're doing at the park.
I wish I could bring a gun to the park. People want to get weird.
Yeah,
I gotta conceal that thing. That shit stinks.
I'm telling you, it's fun.
What are you playing with? Is it co-ed?
Yeah, I played with a woman.
Okay, that seems a little more fun.
Okay, yeah.
That makes it a lot nicer.
Makes it fun.
I
did have sex with her too.
Before or after?
After, not immediately after.
But did you win?
No, we lost.
Oh, this was pity sex.
I guess.
She was just like, was she on your team?
Yeah.
Yeah, pity.
I got pity sex.
She's also a loser.
Yeah.
You pity each other. You fucking Can Jam losers.
No, Can Jam. In the comment, if you played Can Jam, fucking let me know.
I hate all those sports.
We should play. Latino Heat is a Can Jam team.
I hate when I'm at the park sitting, trying to have a picnic, sunbathing, and then if someone over the age of 12 kicks a ball over,
yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Here's a story. Is this Patreon or is this not Patreon?
This is not.
Fuck.
Why?
All right. One time I went to.
Who cares?
I care.
Is it someone we know?
Combination.
Is it a comic?
Yeah. Let me get to it.
Is it Dane Cook?
I'm gonna say it. Years ago, I was invited to Central Park. Okay, to hang out with some comics.
I hate these hangouts.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I've been
leaving that. Yeah, I know. Hate leaving the house.
No, I hate like hanging out with other comics because I'm just like, that guy fucking sucks.
I went to go hang out in Central Park, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm hanging out, and Louis C.K. shows up, and I'm like, this is interesting. Okay.
Your personal friend, Louis C.K., who you invited.
Who I invited, yeah. I'm like, holy shit, he showed up. That's crazy. He showed up after he read my email and text messages because I have both of his phone number and his email. No, but he showed up, and then Ian showed up.
Ian Fidant.
Yeah, and he brought Can Jam. And we started playing Can Jam in the park. But there's so many people.
It's
There's
crowded.
nowhere to go. Yeah, you need a decent amount of space with Can Jam. Like you need like 8 feet in every direction because you're moving around trying to catch the frisbee. But they're like playing with like this no space. I'm like, I can't do this. It's too stressful. I don't like people bumping into people. I don't like being in people's way. I had to leave.
Why'd you mention Lewis?
Because he was also playing with Ian.
I thought he was. Yeah, I thought you were playing with Ian and Lewis. He was just.
No,
in
they
there.
were playing.
I thought
That was
you were just
funny.
name dropping.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? No. They were playing. Is very funny to me.
I went one of the first times I was here, New York. I went to one of those comedian get together hangout things at a beach, and
was it Carmen Legala's birthday?
I have no idea, no clue. But I remember I was doing my thing where I'm just like, I hate you, I hate you,
Yeah.
I hate you. I just going down the people and then be like being nice to like, oh hey, what's up? And then I remember there were some people that pulled out like a soccer ball. They're like, oh, let's play like a kick the ball run, and they kick. They're like just doing some made up game, and some comic. I wish I knew who it was. I would absolutely shame them. I would 100% call them out. It was a lady comic.
Okay.
But she kicks the ball way too hard, and it goes flying and hits this. And I'm only saying this to tug on your heartstrings. It hits this little black kid, like 4 years old.
Oh,
this
Jesus.
family, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, whatever." Like, and I was like, "Hey, man," with the other family was like, "Well, don't watch where you're kicking the ball." It's like, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's not enough space."
Mm-hmm.
It was that kind of thing. So
room for error is what you need.
Yeah, they do it. And I'm like, "Oh, my bad, whatever." They keep playing, which is just like sometimes when you hit a kid, the kid was crying.
Yeah, game's over.
It's like, all right, sorry, that was a bummer. No harm, no foul, whatever. They do it again. They kick it and it rolls over to the same family, and they're like, oh, sorry. And the black family was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
I'd be fucking pissed at that point.
And so they keep they're like, what? And they yell, it's like, sorry, blah blah blah. They keep playing. They kick it again, and it goes over the same. I'm like, is this racially like? Is this
you
like
guys doing something?
like, to where the black family is like yelling? I'm like, do I need to like jump in with this black family? Like,
Yeah.
hey, what? And me and Shayne are just like, let's leave.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
We left,
Dude. If someone
was just
kicked,
one of those comedians should not be doing physical activities.
it's so funny every summer when they start playing basketball together, and every day on Facebook you're like, oh, fucking Chuckles McIdiot tore his ACL putting on sneakers.
Yeah, that's
they all get so injured for basketball. It's hilarious.
That's like the number one injury of like ankles and knees, right?
Yeah,
It's
man,
basketball.
it's crazy. Because also now pickleball has been like creating a lot of injuries because I don't think people realize like, the human is competitive. So like even if you're like, oh, we're having fun, you'll start like going harder than you should. And if you haven't been moving around a lot, you haven't been active, hard lateral start and stops is like really dangerous. And they're all just like fucking going super hard left to right and like tearing their MCL.
What is pickleball? Is that like
Pickleball is like a weird version, a smaller version of tennis. A duels version of tennis with like a I don't know what kind of ball it is. I don't think it's
like a wiffle ball?
No. Is it a wiffle ball you're
I
saying?
don't know. All these sports stink.
What's a good sport? You seem to hate everything.
I do hate everything. I'm trying to think of what I would bring because when I go like camping and stuff, I just play cards, and I hate that. I hate that too.
Yeah.
My uncles and dad are just like, let's play hearts, and I'm like, I hate hearts.
I feel like if you're gonna be a good hater, you should have something to be like.
You do need a counter.
This instead.
I do keep my hate internal.
Mm-hmm.
I never like be like if someone brought out Can Jam and was like, let's play. Unless I had a great alternative, I would begrudgingly play.
Okay.
And I would play. I wouldn't like half-heartedly. I would try. I would try to win. I would have a good time. But thinking about it makes me angry.
Okay, that's a fair distinction. That's an okay distinction in my book. Thinking about something isn't being annoyed by that. That's fine, but I'll do it.
Because I am a human. I can think something sucks and have fun doing it at the same time. I am multifaceted. I am allowed to have multiple emotions all at the same time. I'm like, man, this is so gay. I'm having so much fun.
It's an important part of the human experience.
I love getting stepped on and being horny at the same time.
It's so fun.
Ooh.
Do you think his house is full of carpets? Or he's like, ooh, what should I wear tonight? Like he has a whole like, you ever been to a carpet store that like the carpets are hung up on a thing that you can move?
Or they just have stacks of carpets.
Yeah. I feel like you'd have it like a closet like in Clueless where they kind of like swipes them left to right and goes,
I feel like he just gets a dirty carpet because it's New York. Everywhere you walk around, I bet he just walks around the streets and finds new dirty carpets being thrown out every week.
It would be funny if he was a germaphobe. He's like, I'm going to pick up this filthy I'm going to get one of my carpets from my house that I have professionally cleaned. He's a guy who wants to be stepped on while rolled up in a carpet who's afraid of bed bugs.
Oh, he's got to be covered in bed bugs.
That's the thing. He's covered. It's disgusting.
He's a bad person.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm surprised we haven't heard about him getting stabbed yet. But I feel like if he keeps himself at like kink fetish clubs, that's a safe space for that type of behavior.
I don't think anyone would attack him.
In general, you mean?
Yeah.
I think it's really funny to mug him. Give me your wallet. He's like, fuck, I can't get my arms out.
Yeah, I think someone like me who sees like what he's doing wants to do harm to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I see the whole picture. Everyone else is just like, what the fuck? Like any crazy person on the street would, they're so out there, they wouldn't attack him because they're like, they're off somewhere else. They don't even see what's going on.
Yeah.
You have to be very cognizant and angry at him.
Sure.
I don't know.
I was just thinking what would be the funniest thing to do to him. Like
Dip him in acid? I don't know.
Peeing on him, he might like that.
It is.
Putting like, I don't know. It's like just
burying him at the beach with his head poking out, but it's still carpet.
Just getting a chainsaw and cutting him in half.
That would be fun.
That'd be funny. That'd be a fun time.
I'm trying to think of what I've had fun at a park doing. I like a park is for sitting and eating and talking with your friend. I'm always like at a bar. I like talking. If I'm at a sports event, I'm at an event. We're watching that and talking. I don't know.
Yeah, those are all fun things. I'm trying to think of like any kind of board game. Did you have fun when we did the salad bowl game?
I don't remember.
When we did the thing where you had there's a bowl here and everyone wrote down like 3 words on a piece of paper. Did you have fun doing that?
See, I'm capable of having fun. The playing the charades, whatever game.
Yeah.
I like having fun.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of having fun.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
But when push comes to shove, I will not ruin an experience.
No, that's true. That's true. That's an important.
I will have fun against my will for the greater good of the group.
Okay.
I'm like, everyone's having fun. I'll have fun.
I'll have fun.
But I'll still be like, man, this shit stinks. I could be playing StarCraft right now.
I could be playing a 35-year-old video game. That's what I should be doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting.
It also helps if it's people I like.
Oh yeah.
If if a lady's like, hey, do you want to roll up together in a carpet and have people step on us? I'm like, of course,
absolutely.
Oh, I love this, even though I hate it. I love
bring
it.
My own.
But if a stranger suggests that, I'm like, no,
idiot.
And I think I the movie Yes Man.
Yes.
I'm no man. I'm like, nah.
No.
I don't need that.
I'll pass.
No, thank you.
I'm actually busy that night, man.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Okay. Because games are like the whole Cards Against Humanity, Apples to Apples thing that happened a couple years ago. I didn't like.
Apples to Apples is funner.
Yes.
Because it takes more skill to make a dirty thing.
Yeah,
out
it's
of
implied.
Apples to Apples.
You have to have the skill. Cards Against Humanity is just like, there it is.
Having sex with Hitler. Like, I guess.
Yeah, right. Fine. I guess it's a joke technically, but that I didn't like. Yeah, I didn't like that because
Oh
no, go ahead. I just didn't like it.
I feel like a lot of people. Board games like that are social lube for situations where I think for a lot of us, we're just sitting around just talking to each other.
We're skilled enough to just have fun talking.
I don't even we're just stupid enough where we could keep talking and listening and coming up with bullshit and that entertains each other, where that would just interfere, where some people are normal and don't have they have to like ramp up their brains for this, where we can't shut it off.
Yeah.
I'm always how many times do I come in the room and I'm just saying some stupid thing and we're like, oh, and well, that joke bombed. Go back to my room.
And album. You do the thing where you just look around. Whistling.
So I guess that's why. I'm like, I don't need a board game to facilitate that. I should be entertaining enough. Pay attention to me. I don't like board games because it's not my turn right now.
It's not my turn. Sometimes it's not my turn.
Sometimes it's not my turn. It should be your turn when you command the room, when you steal the attention.
You earn it.
When everyone else.
It's called holding court.
Yeah. You should be so skilled and so charismatic that you should beat everyone else in the room, and all eyes should be on you. And sometimes we're like in a sumo ring for someone else who was just like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, oh, now I got to riff against this guy.
See, that's exhausting.
You don't like it?
When it's with comedian. What I really like when what happens in a hang is, one, if the hang is small enough that there's one conversation. I don't like when there's good people and then there's multiple conversations happens. All that noise I find stressful and anxiety inducing.
2 conversations?
Like multiple conversations happening. I don't.
Because
it's
you're
not
like,
fun.
what if they say my name over there?
What if they say something funny?
What if I have to tell a joke over
now
there?
There's missed opportunity for jokes I'm having.
Dude, I hate when that happens when you're like, oh fuck, I missed a joke over there.
Yeah.
And then you miss another joke over here. Like, oh, there's 2 jokes. No one's gonna think I'm the funniest person in the room. God damn it.
I love a intimate hang where one conversation can happen and people give space for other people to riff, and it's not. I remember once hanging out and one person who you dislike,
I know,
couldn't stop taking every ounce of time and talking, and I'm like, I got mean, and people were mad at me. They made me apologize.
You had to apologize?
They wanted me to apologize. I didn't fucking apologize.
I respect you for that.
Where they're talking like, hey, you gotta shut up. You can't talk every second. And then people got mad, but I was like, whatever. It's just I think a skill is being able to volley and be patient and wait for the response.
Yeah, know your audience.
Know your timing.
What is it with comics who get offended?
I don't get it. What the fuck do you think this was?
That's getting into open mic comedy for the first time. I'm one of the people who are like, yeah, now I'm gonna be mean to everyone. We're all gonna. I think it comes from who you looked up to in stand up.
Yeah, sure.
And it's funny if you looked up to the Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neill, like Bill Burr, that kind of generation where everyone around Patrice and everyone was so mean to each other.
Yeah.
And if that's who you idolize, number one, that's kind of how you get into stand-up. And you're like, yeah, now I'm going to do it. And then you find out, oh, no, there's a bunch of Hannah Gadsby's and Tig Notaros who you don't necessarily want to be mean to.
No.
I do. But
sure.
normal people...
One doesn't.
People are like, oh, they're not doing anything. They're like, but I'm like, hey, stupid. And then they're like, why would you say that to her? I'm like, she bombed. What are you doing?
What am I supposed to do?
I got to make fun of her. And then people are like, you're mean, man. And so...
You're like, what did you guys think you were signing up for? What did you think this journey was? I get to be mean to you. You know I don't mean it. You get to be mean to me. I hold it internally for the rest of my life.
Have you ever apologized to another a comedian about like for something a joke you said? Because I
don't think so.
I've apologized for being extremely mean to someone.
Yeah, you were like, I wasn't saying jokes there.
I was being very evil. It was nothing but vitriol, and that apology felt empty.
Okay.
I like meant it, and they received it, and we stopped. We were good. And then afterwards, I'm like, I didn't need to do that. I feel exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
I already did. I did the mean thing, and I feel bad about it. And they were like, yeah, you did. I'm like, all right.
I don't have a memory of me doing so. I'm pretty, like, by nature, I'm pretty kind and nice. And, like, I always want people to have an enjoyable time when I'm around them. I want the fun. I'll poke at people a little bit, but I really do it to people that I know can handle it. I tend to, what I've noticed about myself is you have to earn a roast from me. Like, you gotta put in time as my friend. Not that anyone wants to be my friend, but, like...
No one does.
You don't, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think I can ever, I have ever, since being a comedian, I don't think I've had to apologize for a joke at someone in person. Online, people don't understand tone, and sometimes things get retweeted, and you're like, you're not my audience. Shut up. I don't give a fuck about you.
You don't apologize before?
People, no, I don't think so.
You said when you became a comic, like, I'm thinking.
I'm saying I think sometimes what I thought were jokes were just insults.
Okay.
Where joke has that double meaning where it's like, I didn't mean it, and people say that's a joke, or you didn't see what I actually did. What I crafted there. You don't understand what I mean by this. So there's that double thing where you're like, no, I didn't mean that.
That is the scapegoat for a lot of people now.
Truly, I was joking.
Oh, I was telling a joke. It's like, no, you.
What's the joke there?
Yeah, what is the joke?
Please tell me what the joke is.
Would you be so you don't mean the thing that you were trying to hurt their feelings, but now you say you were joking, so you don't. There's a comic in Utah who I hated it because he on stage he would be like he'd say something really funny. Like that wasn't in his set. Like every now and then he would riff something really funny. It would get a big laugh, and he'd feel so nervous. He'd go, "Just kidding, I'm just kidding."
Stop!
And I was just like,
stage.
"What the? Don't say Shut just kidding. Just be mean."
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and watching Conan O'Brien apologize for a joke. I think it was for Sarah Palin. He said Sarah Palin's daughter joke.
Okay.
And as a kid, I'm like,
Not
I'll
okay.
never respect you ever again. I hate and then like a few weeks later I kept watching his show and I'm like, man, he's funny.
But it is funny even at that age you had that inside you where you're like, you don't apologize.
You don't apologize for a good joke. Or any joke, really.
I mean, there is the thing where it's like when you see people online getting upset over a joke, and it's like, do I understand you didn't like it. Are you willing to accept that person was trying to be humorous? If you are not, then you're being foolish. If you are, then you understand that failed jokes and successful jokes start at the same place. And they're attempting the same thing. You don't know something's good unless you say it.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. When someone gets mad at me, because I say a lot of crazy things online and people get mad at me all the time, and it never really offends me.
Yeah.
Where people are like, "Oh, how dare!" Like whatever. Because some people they're not looking for comedy. Some people they have normal jobs, normal lives, devoid of all humor. They have very serious business. The politicians, blah blah blah, whatever they need to do. Hedge fund managers. Doctors, lawyer, whatever your job is, they're not doing funny stuff. I only get offended when other comics are like that. You shouldn't say that, blah blah blah. That whole thing.
Yeah.
When normal people get mad at you being funny, I'm like, ooh, that feels good.
Yeah.
I love when a normal person gets mad at a joke because you need that to be ooh, I'm being edgy right now.
Yeah, you don't.
Ooh, I said a bad thing and it feels good.
Yeah. Well, it's a type of bad thing that's like to the average person, the idea of saying anything against the grain, no matter the payoff or the perspective you're trying to add to it, is inherently wrong. When if I'm using this vessel to make you look at a thing a different way or see it a different way, however you want to think of it,
I don't even know why
there's value
I do
in that. Huh?
I don't even know why I do it.
Yeah.
I just like saying a crazy new thing.
Well, that's also something like that's also part of humor. It's like saying a wrong thing is funny because it's wrong. We're both in the same place. I know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. What's the problem?
I love saying something I know is wrong, and then people being like, "That's wrong," and I'm like, "I made you mad." I'm laughing and having a good time, and people are mad. Oh man, it feels so good. I had a thought and I forgot it. Whatever.
But no, I haven't felt the need to apologize for a joke in I've deleted some tweets. There are jokes because I realized I didn't word them or emphasize a specific part of it enough. And we're like, oh, people are reading this incorrectly, but I can see where they're coming from. Like I didn't do a good enough job writing this that they're like, misunderstanding.
They're like, that's offensive.
So far-fetched. I'm like, I see their point. Okay, I need to do a better job. But it's not the thing where I don't want to be the guy that like, let's say I say a joke and I realize after the fact I didn't do a great job writing it or saying it, where it's like, I'm Joe Farm. No, you idiot. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's so embarrassing.
That's not really and I'm not apologizing. I'm just apologizing for the lack of skill I used to write it. But I'm not going to be like, I'm doing the work. I'm just like, I didn't do a good job. I could do better writing it.
I think there's one thing I would apologize for, but I'm not sure. One thing on stage I said,
okay,
but I'm not sure I did it.
Okay,
and I'm like,
you're not sure you did it.
It was like you ever get off stage and then like the next day you're like, oh, I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like going over it and then you remember like.
Yeah.
So
I did 3 shows a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, one joke that usually kills didn't. And I'm like,
did I do that right?
And then I realized on the last show, I'm like, oh, I forgot the fucking punchline, really?
So, and I still think about this.
Okay.
It still haunts me. And I'm like, it just pops into my head. Is that there's only like 2 or 3 things at night where I'm like, did I say that right?
Yeah.
It was old wise guy show.
Mm-hmm.
I was on stage. And there was a black lady in the audience, and I was doing great, whatever, riffing. And I said, what I think I said was like this. The term is woman of color, and the audience was silent, like a weird silent, and in my head, but I'm like, I'm not thinking about it, so I'm like, okay, if that bomb, keep going, blah 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 blah. Go with my set. My set's kind of weird, but it finishes fine. The next day, I'm like, did I say colored woman?
Oh, did I do it backwards?
Did I say that right? Because when you're on stage, you're almost not like, you're preloading your mouth and thinking of the next thing. So I might have done like there's
a detachment
where I might have like flipped it.
Dude.
And it's funny because I've always thought about it because like woman of color or a person of color, that's so politically correct.
It's exactly
you're a great person. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Colored person. Ooh, you just said the bad wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I don't.
You might as well said the N word.
Yeah. I don't think I said it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't think I said it. But then I got no reaction and the audience was so cold. I'm like, maybe I said that.
I mean, it's really funny to think about. Like, imagine being an immigrant and someone being like, well, you're supposed to say it's person of color. And you're like, what about the other way around? Like, no.
How they mix up their like verbs and the
adjective
sentence structure.
Yeah. It's really funny how close it is to being like because if you've never been on stage, I'm saying this to the audience. If you've never been on stage and tried to A, recite an idea, B, spend enough time on stage that you can leave the idea and come back to it skillfully, you don't understand how hard it is sometimes to like work between structure and improvisation,
and also keep a straight face and be like, yeah, I'm not an idiot right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you totally love me.
It's again, I'm saying this from being on this side of the fence. I've been doing stand-up for a long time now. It's fucking weird. It's a weird skill. I've been on stage and I'm like, look at me doing this joke. What joke is coming up next? I don't want to do that joke. Let's do a different joke. And I'm still saying the full joke. I'm acting the joke out. I'm selling it. And in my brain, I'm like, I would like a sandwich later. I hope I get to have a sandwich later.
Oh, you even think that? I don't have enough. I never got to the brain processing power where mine is just like, oh fuck, how does this joke end? I wish I knew one of the 10 endings to this joke I wrote.
No, it's sick when you get to the point where you're just like, I'm not even paying attention.
No, I could never.
One time I got to the point. I remember being on stage once, and I remember talking and being like, "Oh shit, I'm still talking." Like I have to like when I headlined in North Carolina, I got to like when I was like 45 minutes in, I'm like, oh shit, I'm talking right. This is a joke I need to finish. And like I was like, I really caught myself going in and out of paying attention, which is not good, but it's a type of mental cardio you have to like develop. Like
you just get
headlining is fucking hard.
I wouldn't know.
Hey, I've only done it once. I'm not fucking acting like I'm Mr. Headline.
You are Mr. Headliner.
I'm Mr. Headliner. And I'm Mr. Headliner of this podcast. Yep, that's good enough for me.
What? 45? 59? Oh, wow. Look at you.
Look at that.
You gotta go piss?
No.
Your tiny lady
My
bladder?
little lady bladder.
Ooh, I insulted you.
I'm gonna take a nap. What time is it? I'm so tired. I'm so tired. 7:30? No, it's too late to nap.
It is too late to nap.
It's too late to nap. I gotta ride through now. Whatever. We'll hang out. Play some cards? What do you like? What kind of card games do you like? Like a solitaire?
I like sitting around
Uno?
doing nothing.
You like
No,
Uno?
I hate
no?
Uno.
Do you like chess?
I do like chess.
Okay.
But chess is really hard to find someone who... Chess sucks unless...
Equal footing?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's any disparaging, it's really good. Yeah.
It's really like, it doesn't feel good beating someone.
Let's play chess. I bet we're equal.
You think we're equal?
Somewhere. I mean, we're close enough. I'm sure you're better than I am.
What's your ranking?
69.
Yep, I'm a lot higher than you.
Black belt. I don't know, man.
If you don't know, then
Yeah, if I don't know, then no.
I'm like the lowest that you would know your ranking.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like 600.
That's great. That's
no,
great.
It's not.
I remember my dad. One of my favorite memories of my childhood is my dad teaching my brother and I chess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know how to en passant?
No.
All right, I know. I know where you're at now.
Okay.
We don't need to play.
That's good. No problem.
I don't know how, but I know about it.
The only book that's ever done anything for me is called The Art of Learning. And it's written by this guy named Josh Waitzkin,
Josh
Waitzkin.
Waitzkin.
You know Searching for Bobby Fischer?
No, I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. It's a book. It's a movie. It's about a chess prodigy little boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Josh Waitzkin. His dad wrote that book.
Okay.
It's about him. He was a little boy who was a chess prodigy, would go to Tompkins Square Park and play chess against all these hustlers when he was a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Phenom, truly a phenom at chess. He grows older, loses his passion for chess, starts doing Tai Chi, competitive Tai Chi, which apparently it's a martial art.
No, it's not.
Apparently it is. I think it's a stupid one, but it is.
What do you think?
I think it's stupid.
But is it a martial art?
It's a martial art, but it's not a good one.
Could someone who knew if I trained Tai Chi, would I be better at kicking someone's ass?
No, you're probably worse.
There you go. It's not a martial art.
Okay.
Because martial art, to me, as someone who doesn't do any martial arts, implies you are tuning your body to be more competent at fighting.
They think they are, but they're not in reality.
Do you think that Tai Chi people are doing harm against their skill set?
Harm because of confidence.
Oh, okay.
Not harm in like you're being worse at fighting. Just you think you're good at fighting and you're actually not.
Because Tai Chi is the one where they're at the park
yeah.
doing slow yoga.
Yeah. So he does competitive Tai Chi, becomes a world champion.
Tai Chi
I know.
Is it judged?
It's called push hands, where it's almost like sumo but smaller. You're in a smaller circle.
You guys just shoving each other?
Basically.
Dude, we gotta watch Dana White's push hand series.
And then he leaves that and finds jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
And becomes a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh my god, this is way more hard.
It's way difficult. He co-owns, I don't know if he still does, Marcelo Garcia's academy in New York City, one of the greatest jiu-jitsu players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But he talks about how he's not good at chess, he's not good at push hands, he's not good at jiu-jitsu. He's good at learning. And he talks about he talks about chess a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about his problem with chess in the beginning was he's a very wild, risky player.
That's me. I love.
And all of his coaches try to make him like everyone else.
Because this is what I hate about. I've told you about this when it comes to when you're first starting at something. You have to learn the rules.
Yes.
Everyone's like when it's sports, video games,
everything. Photography,
stand up,
painting.
All these things.
Carpentry.
It's like, all right, you don't know how to do this, so here's like the handful of things that'll set you off.
Yes.
You need to master these or you won't get anything else. Then in the middle, that's when people like start getting like really really creative where they're trying to find themselves.
Mm-hmm.
At the top, like video games, fighting, stand up, everyone they know what the creativity is and they know what doesn't work. And so it starts getting narrowed down again. And because you're only hanging around other professionals, you stop being as creative against all the psychopaths and new people who are like struggling, where it's just like, oh, a professional would make this move, so I know the counter to this.
Yes. You become very niche skilled in terms of your competition.
And one of my favorite examples of this was me and my buddy. We were playing Halo 1 against one of the like top 3 guys in the nation at the time. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't new. I was like pretty good, but never like that. Never like a professional video game player. But he kept getting angry at me because he's like, why would you be there?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would anyone use that gun there? And I'm like, I don't know. It seemed like a fun thing to do. It seemed like a thing you wouldn't suspect.
Exactly. Because you're asking that now is why I did it.
I can't even think on your level. I'm just like, what is something no one would suspect? So the chess seems
Truly
like
the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, chess is like got the beginning moves. It's all this, and then
which is why I have a luxury in terms of like this the skill set and level I am as a fighter. Like professional fighters only train with professional fighters. They get good at fighting professional fighters.
It seems like it sucks because it's
me as an instructor.
It's so laser focused now.
Me as an instructor, I roll with brand new people. I like rolling with them because I need to be reminded of what's it like to fight with someone who is completely ignorant to the rule set, completely ignorant to the possibilities. It's important for me to understand that and not lose sight of that because it's a part of martial arts that I think very quickly gets overlooked. And you're absolutely right. And you're absolutely right for listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Cowboy Boys. I am Diego Lopez. This is Matt Arthur.
I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something.
I hope you learned something.
We almost had a cognizant point at the end there.
Almost, baby.
We didn't hit it home, but that's your...
You fucking get it. Read The Art of Learning. It's literally the greatest book I've ever read in my life.
Did you read the Bible?
I have not read the Bible. Bye, everybody.
That is why it's the greatest book. Yeehaw.